Live from the Brewery, episode number 365 of Houston Wrestling Radio. I'm Chris.
I'm Scott.
Yeah! This
And
is Paisley.
That's Paisley in her butthole. Sorry. Sorry, YouTube.
Oh, man. This is Abel's replacement. He'll be back next week. So I'm going to try to...
What?
Possibly.
What? Well, goddamn.
Oh, man. So you and I have the task of reviewing a show that we're kind of not really keeping up with that much.
Previewing a pay-per-view
that we haven't been keeping up with much. Battleground. Clash of Champions. I'm confusing it with the game. I'm confusing it with the video game. Clash of Champions.
What's worse, the pay-per-view or the game?
Oh, it's definitely the pay-per-view.
Questions.
We'll talk about that in the end. We'll talk about the game a little bit at the end. So chances are we're going to crap over some of it, most of it, if not all of it. So I thought we'd try something a little different. 2 weeks in, what do you think about NXT UK?
Ooh, we're starting off with the good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I have, as everyone who watches this show regularly knows, I am a UK fan. It's been good. The matches have been solid. Storylines have been building. This is the second episode. Next week is the first episode of the Heritage Cup. I'm interested to see where they go with that.
Yeah. I already forgot the rules. I know it's some weird ass like British stuff.
3
5-minute rounds,
6-minute rounds, or there's 6. No, it's 3 6-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Or it's 6 3-minute rounds. It's one of them. I don't remember. Yep, it's 2. I don't remember. Yep, it's 2 out of 4.
You're like, right? Yeah. I don't know.
There's breaks in between. There's like you get a 20-minute break in between rounds.
20 minutes.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. My bad.
You really haven't had this beer in a while.
No. I got something over here.
I'm probably gonna forget in the next 5 minutes what the last week when we were recording your first episode of On the Red Couch with Max, recording your first episode of On the Red Couch with Max against Ilya Dragunov.
Yes.
This tournament, like I'm already going in there with my mind open.
And Pete Dunne is looking ripped.
Yeah.
A lot of people online have been asking him if he's sick because he lost a bunch of weight. He doesn't have that little gut that we have.
Little pouch.
But he was like, nope, I'm just getting in shape. I'm gonna be, and so he's ripped. He's the best shape he's ever been in his life. We actually, before we started recording, we were watching. We were talking about it, and we're kind of confused on what's going on with Pete Dunne because he's not wrestling.
He's a producer, apparently.
And now he's producer on NXT UK. He's back on the roster for NXT UK, like on the website.
Yeah.
He's the ref again in the first match.
Yeah, Wolf and Noam Dar.
Yeah, which they kind of have like a little beef thing going on. I'm a big Noam Dar fan. Of course. Yes.
Were you drooling over Piper Niven?
You know what?
Whole lot of Rosie.
Yeah. I mean, both of them. They're both Scottish.
Yeah.
Kylie Ray is also Scottish. I don't know. It's just something. I've always liked Noam Dar. I've always think he's been pretty good, and I liked when he was on Raw and SmackDown for a little bit for a hot cup of coffee, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with that. He's just not good enough, I guess.
Or once they didn't do anything with Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
If we were in the early to mid 80s, the Hunt would be over as fuck as a tag team on the main roster.
Yeah.
Wild Boar and the Primate, they just have, and then the Primate uses all four hands to hit the ropes.
The other team too, I forgot their names.
Oh,
goddamn.
Pretty Deadly.
They would be on the roster too. They're like
they're a knockoff Edge and Christian almost.
Yeah.
One of them even had those silver Edge pants that they had back in the day.
But it's like
works.
Those guys would be on the main roster too. They're two pretty boys. It was a decent match. I'm interested to see they really focus on their tag team division.
Yeah.
think almost every single person's in a tag team at one point. Where WWE and NXT is kind of fading away from that stuff. We got Walter. Walter's back.
It's easy to talk about Walter, so I'm going to go on the other side of the coin a bit. Saxon Huxley that Walter went up against. So they labeled this episode as NXT UK's greatest hits. So I figured it was going to be like another like
pre-tape
compilation episode. So I wasn't going to watch it. But it had Walter on it with this guy. And so when it said greatest hits, I assumed it was Walter's debut on NXT TV where he chopped that poor little boy so bad that his like soul went. Yeah. You can see his soul leave. Yep, and I was like, I'll watch that again. And then when it turned out being a new episode and Walter against this guy, I was like, okay, Walter's the song's already going. I'm giving this a shot.
I don't know if that was like a network glitch because I put it on there and I saw it and it was like greatest moments and I was like, it's just it didn't. I don't even think it said it had the NXT logo, the UK logo, but it didn't say NXT UK. It just said greatest hits or something. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna put it on anyway because it had the primate or they had them on there. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna press play anyway. And then it was a regular episode, so I don't know if that was just like a glitch or if they're just not. Yeah. Because I mean, on paper it was just a show, so it wasn't like it was their best matches really. Yeah. The 3 matches on there were decent, but it wasn't like last week where we had, or 2 weeks ago when we had Trent Seven and Walter or something. But that Saxon Huxley, he's slowly becoming like a
star there.
Yeah, he's got that Bruiser Brody look. Yeah, and they keep referencing it
like Bruiser. They keep referencing the term Bruiser. Yeah,
and if he could talk, which I hate saying it, but like
Bruiser technically couldn't talk. He would just most of the time he'd mimic a lot of Japanese guys or the Colognes yell. Yeah.
So if they could get somebody to kind of have like a mouthpiece for him and kind of like pretend to like control him and then like let him loose, because that guy.
So who's the guy that tried to recruit Pretty Deadly?
That was oh god, what is his name?
Eddie Dennis?
Eddie Dennis, yeah. Which he
slide him with Dennis. Dennis, it looks like a good foil for when if Huxley finally realizes that he's a pawn and he turns. Eddie Dennis will be a good beat up guy, a good fall guy.
I don't know if maybe just because of the whole COVID thing, like Eddie doesn't want to wrestle or anything like that, but he's good on the mic. So have him on the mic, and I don't think the Pretty Boys are good on the mic. So just throw somebody on there. But Walter and Huxley had a pretty good, solid, hard hitting match. Walter's chops, man. Sometimes you forget how much Walter chops, and then you see a match, and then all of a sudden Walter's just beating the shit out of everybody. So and it's all leading up to their, I'm guessing, takeover Dublin, which is in the next month. I don't know. They haven't really announced it.
I'm gonna go ahead and be that guy and say this. This is gonna be the show to look for next year. Anybody that complains that NXT is too like watered down, feels like Vince McMahon's got his hand on it. It's the surprises are lacking or anything like that. NXT UK is now what NXT was in the beginning. Yeah. 60 minutes, no commercials, no frills, just pack it in with good shit. And just let the matches do the talking. Now it feels like
I'm just kidding.
It feels like right now NXT it has its positives and its negatives, but it's becoming more like the third brand. In essence.
I agree.
And there isn't anything, no pun intended, raw.
I was just about to use
or
that.
Unpolished. Yeah. In NXT UK. And it's weird that I say that because they got fresh new graphics. They upgraded. They refreshed some of the graphics on the screens and the intros and stuff. Yeah. They got the flags under everybody when they come out,
which I love. I love that.
Gives that real sport feel kind of.
When they had the when they they previewed after Dunn was talking, and then they showed that it was going to be
Wolf and Dar.
Wolf and Dar. Like they put up, he was German and he's Scottish. They put him under. I was like, ooh,
He's legit.
It's a cool thing. It's a cool concept for sure. Yeah,
which is something I would think NXT US would adopt because they've also got people from everywhere.
Yeah, for real.
And it would give it not. I wouldn't even mind if they had the same graphics because it's just
the same company. It's not like they're stealing from each other. Like,
I mean, Raw and SmackDown, I can understand the color scheme and shit, but if it's NXT, it's NXT. It's a worldwide thing. So whether it's US or UK or they decided to open a third one somewhere else, keep it all the same thing, it'd be fine. But man, I'm really looking forward to the next episode coming up next week.
So it's the first round of the Heritage Cup. It's Wolf and Dar with
Pete Dunne as the ref.
Pete Dunne as the ref because there's nobody that can ref this match because it's gonna be crazy. And then we're getting a triple threat match for the wild card spot, which is the 8th entry into the match.
We'll be facing Trent Seven.
Yes,
in the tournament once he gets in.
Me and Chris have been just kind of scratching our heads at. We can't think of anybody who.
It's kind of confusing a little bit because I've drank since March. I forgot how many casualties.
This is a reboot.
Yeah, but I forgot who the casualties in NXT UK were from the Me Too movement. Ligero's a jobber. He's got his own unique look, but he ain't going nowhere. He's a jobber. You could have had him in there take the fall, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah,
Travis Banks was getting himself over on that brand before COVID and before all that shit went down.
Joe Coffey, he's suspended, so he's still technically in the company, but I'm thinking it's going to be him. He's going to be. I think he'll be the eighth. He'll be the 8th man. He's going to win.
Bates still injured. Yeah, so my first name I threw out was Tyson T-Bone. But I don't know if he's still in the company. You looked on the roster; he's still there.
He's still on there, but he hasn't shown up.
Yeah.
Jordan Devlin, he was also part of the speaking out mode, so he got suspended.
Yeah,
he's still on the roster page, but are they going to push him? They were pushing him when he was the cruiserweight champion, the 205 champion, but
that lasted for how long?
And then COVID, and then I was telling Chris, like, if you don't have like a visa or a worker's permit kind of thing, like you can't come out of the country. So it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be any European guys or the Americans. So you're not going to see obviously it's not going to be Finn Balor, but you're not going to see a Finn Balor.
Which sucks because after Walter's done with Ilya, they've been building up Walter versus Finn throughout the entire summer, even through the COVID.
Yeah,
they were building it up for it to happen. So unless you push that to Mania weekend? Yeah. If you have a takeover before Mania?
I don't know if Finn Balor's got an American citizenship.
I doubt it.
If he's a citizen, he hasn't been here for that long, I suppose. So I don't know. It's just it's like the company NXT UK is in a reboot mode, and so it's like you said, it's been since it's been 6 months, 7 months since they had their last match, like their last pay-per-view or show. So like, man, it's like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, that guy was with that guy, or that guy was feuding with that guy, but now they're not. And then half the people were gone because of the speaking out movement. So it's like
Mark Andrews.
Oh,
would you have him in the tournament with his tag partner in it? With Flash?
I'll put him in the match. I'll put him in the triple threat match, but
you won't have him winning.
I would rather have Mark Andrews than Mod.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. I like Mark Andrews more. And he's more of a name than Mod is.
And he has more of a look.
Yeah.
Mod's cool. He's got the attire. He's got a gimmick.
He's got that gimmick.
But if you put them like
Andrews.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrews was on NXT. He was on the cruiserweight, right? He was in the UK. He was in the tournament, the UK tournament. So, yeah. So if you guys have any comment, or if you guys can think of somebody, please tell us who you think it's going to be, who's out there. We're
JoJo,
missing.
we see you.
Yeah, someone who we're missing.
Yeah,
I gotta say it's gotta be if they're bringing back, if they can bring back Joe Coffey, then
he chose the number 8 because there's nobody from Gallus in this tournament.
No, there's not. because the other two are the tag team champs, and well, Joe's suspended. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things like, we had Sammy on AEW. He was gone for what, a month and a half,
yeah.
and then he came back, and then Excalibur did the same thing. He was gone for what, a month and a half. He came back, so they haven't been using. I think it's probably time for him to come back, Joe, after all this.
Yeah.
Unless you go out of left field and you send somebody to the UK, so it's an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, that's it in a nutshell. NXT UK building up to eventually their takeover in Dublin. Have they made it? Because again, I haven't been too consistent with this. Have they announced that Dragunov and Walter is for that Dublin takeover, or they're going to have that on NXT television?
They haven't announced. They just that's the next.
That's
that's the next match. But
okay.
They haven't announced any takeovers yet. But I think takeover Dublin was supposed to be March or April, and then obviously COVID, they pushed it back. So I think it's supposed to be in October, but I don't know.
No, they had Takeover Blackpool 2 in January.
Yeah,
in February.
Yeah, then
so
Dublin.
So Dublin was supposed to be around this time.
No, it was supposed to be like early in the summer.
Yeah, and then COVID came.
So, and I don't know if they can go to Dublin. I don't know if they can take the whole entire.
Yeah.
The UK is in a really weird spot with COVID right now, where they're really, really restricting certain things. So I don't know if they can.
Was all that before or after Brexit? Is that still a thing? Like, are there already issues traveling across the countries that unified up there before COVID happened?
No, I mean, it's all under the same, so it should be fine. But it's just the whole COVID thing. Just some people aren't allowed to come in. Some people are allowed to quarantine. You can only have so many people inside the building. That's why I think they're running on a very tight, small schedule. And they're, but who knows, really? You said CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk in UK. That'll work.
Shit.
All right, man. So, COVID, more casualties. We're supposed to have Archer versus Mox in a 6-man tag. Lance Archer, Ricky Starks, Team
Cage.
Taz, basically. Yeah.
Team Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, against Mox and Willpower, something, and Darby, and then that didn't happen because Archer got
Willpower.
COVID. Will Hobbs. Hobbs.
I was like, what tag team is called Willpower?
Yes. There's actually a race car driver called Willpower. That's why the name ran into my head.
Hobbs, yes.
Yeah, so Will Hobbs.
Yes. Big
so
Big
Archer.
H. Sorry, Big H.
So it turned out Archer got COVID at home. So he's out for 2 weeks at least.
Cage is sick.
Yeah.
He said he's not got. He just said he's sick.
But there was a wrestling show over the weekend that Archer was at, I think, and Cage was also there, and somebody else, a female on the Ty Conti was also there. So that's why we didn't see Ty Conti last night. That's why you didn't see Cage come out last night at the end of that beatdown. It was just Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
So it could be COVID all around.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
There's some stuff in NXT too, but the names didn't come out. So
it's gonna happen. People, have, people go out and people are interacting with people, so it happens. Luckily, this wasn't the week that it was supposed to be
the title match,
which is
3 weeks.
2 weeks from now. 2 now.
Yeah.
So luckily, it wasn't that because.
Do you like the replacement that we got? Moxie versus Kingston.
You know how I feel about Moxley.
All right, so focus on Kingston.
I like Kingston's promos.
Yeah.
His matches are okay. There's nothing groundbreaking. There's nothing that's gonna, he's
a brawler.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a 5-star technical match out of him. You're not gonna get a flippy dippy Ricochet Osprey out of him.
I was legit I was watching the whole entire show. When that match happened, I almost turned it off because I was like, it's going to be a hardcore match. It's going to go straight to the, and so, started the match and I was like, all right, I'm going to get on my phone. I'm just going to sit on my phone and mess around on my phone. What are you doing? And so then they went out to the outside and I was like, all right. And I literally went to grab my remote and change the channel because I was like, I don't want to see this because I see it every week with Moxley. And then they went back in the ring. And I was like, well, hold on a second. Let me see where this is going.
Yeah. Because they led to a commercial break when somebody went through the table outside.
Yeah.
And then they went back in the ring.
Well, they wrestled for a little bit outside during the break. And then they went back right when the break came back on. Then they went back in. And then they stayed in there for the most.
They went outside the ring for one other spot. But then they went right back in.
So I was like, all right.
Moxley could do this.
I watched it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. You obviously know Moxley's going to win.
Yeah.
So there's nothing,
The match made sense as far as why we had the match, even if there wasn't a COVID thing happening, if it was some other emergency.
Yeah.
Kingston never got eliminated from the Battle Royal. He'd been mentioning it for weeks.
Which I still don't understand because the rule is you have to be thrown over the top rope. He was on the turnbuckle and he fell over. He got pushed over. So like,
But if he went through the middle rope to get on the turnbuckle, he never went over the top.
Did he? Is that how he did it?
It's been weeks. I had to go back and watch the match just to double check.
It's AEW, so I highly doubt that they thought that far in advance.
Yeah.
I think Eddie Kingston
or Kingston just noticed.
Kingston.
Yeah.
Stop, Paisley.
Live podcasting.
Yeah. What did you think of the match? What did you think of the situation?
You know what? It's like Ken and Ryu right here because I thought the same thing. I was like, I'm going to give it a shot because it's Eddie. The promo before the match where Eddie came out, I was like, keep the hard camera on. You're talking to me right here. And calling Moxley out, I was like, all right, now you've added more time on your 15 minutes of fame as far as how much time I'm going to give you before I change the channel.
Yes.
And since it happened during commercial break, I didn't pay too much attention to it because once I hear commercials, I get on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I know. So when I got off my phone and I noticed that a table was broken and they rolled back in the ring, I was like, okay, whatever that was, I missed it. So I'm gonna let it keep going. I'm gonna let it ride.
He threw him.
Yeah.
Like Moxley got thrown into the table. He didn't go through the table. He went over the table into like the announcer or into
Dasha.
Yeah. Lucky dog.
So the match kept going. They're back in the ring. 15 minutes were still intact. I let it keep going. They went out for the ring a little bit. It was mostly Kingston getting the offense.
Yeah.
It wasn't Moxley doing Moxley stuff. Then they went back in the ring and they kept going. So I was like, this is refreshing. I knew Moxley wasn't going to lose the belt, but it was still a good match for what it was. Last minute thrown together. The build. That would have been a cool little, like, if you're building up to Fighter Fest or Fight for the Fallen, like a freebie, to get a little stopgap in the middle to get you to the next, to All Out,
to the next,
to the big one. A couple more weeks build, that would have been and a little bit more time. Not on television, that would have been a fucking banger.
I mean, like for the most part, the best, like MJF, Eddie Kingston, are like two of the best promo guys in AEW right now. So
maybe even wrestling in general.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie Kingston can literally talk himself into any kind of match, and I'd be like, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I even watched, Moxley. Everyone knows how much I don't like Moxley.
What'd you think of Cassidy and Dark Order?
I do like the opening when he's doing the whole kicking the shins, and then
he had nothing of it.
And then he just got, nope, you're done.
Dunzo.
Where were best friends in the beatdown?
They were with FTR.
Yeah, but that was later. You can't have two segments.
Well,
you telling me AEW doesn't have multiple segments, like where like.
Yeah, but how much sense would it made if they would have got beat down with Dark Order and then show up 20 minutes later wanting number one?
It's AEW. Who fucking cares? Who cares? There's no story.
All right, Travis. All right.
Travis.
Yes, Mr. Belton. Everything stinks.
he's rubbing off on me. Travis, you're rubbing off.
Travis and Corny.
That's it. It's just, it's like, Yeah, you could easily have them come out and help.
I will say I somehow like the promo from Best Friends later on with FTR. Probably the top rule in pro wrestling is to get everyone's stock above where they were.
Yeah.
So having that mentality, hearing Best Friends go, for all the shit that I went through with Pride and Powerful, at least they weren't little bitches and not give us the match. So they, in essence, Pride and Powerful went, we're here, and now they're up here. Just with that one promo.
Mm-hmm.
And that was after the fact. Like, if they don't even touch again, they both got elevated just with that promo. So then calling out fucking Chucky. I don't want to say he's autistic, but he looks like a 8-year-old stuck in a 30-year-old body, calling people weenies, getting rights from his mom. But it fucking works, especially with the audience that watches AEW. Exhibit A and B, but most of the other wrestling marks that don't shower and have 9 title belts but no belt around their waist for their fucking pants. That audience, they're gonna get they love that. They can relate to that shit. Mom, I need more bagel bites.
She's got merch on the website. She has her own line.
Oh God.
It's a t-shirt company, guys.
Yeah. Can't blame them. It's working. Spit out.
It was okay. The promos last night's episode were a little questionable sometimes. They dragged on a little bit. The Jericho one against Private Party just kind of dragged on.
The promo dragged on with Jericho and Private Party, but Jericho's at the point in his career with a current company where that's the job that he's made for. Just to put over Orange Cassidy. Now and with the promos, he's helping more put over MJF. Not that he necessarily needs the help. Yeah. But every time those two are face to face, it's fucking ridiculous.
I got excited.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like not that I'm saying that I want to see MJF go face or Jericho go face, but just imagine 2 months worth of promos between those two, building up to something like an actual match.
I just want to see them constantly bickering each other, but then also becoming friends and then hating each other, but.
Like those kind of friends.
Like they just look at each other like asshole, and they're like, "You called me that?" No, I was talking about Shivani. It's like,
I was talking about the driver. I was like, yeah,
it makes
Chrissy,
sense.
You're gonna be all right.
It makes sense to have both of them. Like,
yeah.
I mean, eventually one of them
something has to give, and that's just see you're watering every once in a while. Yeah. We'll get to it later. Jericho's putting over Street Profits. It's fine. Like you're good.
Yeah.
Because no one has ever seen the Street Profits and Private Party in the same room. So it's like just like there's one Olsen twin. There's not two. It's just one goes back and forth very, very fast. Thumbs up or thumbs down that Cody's back.
Thirst trap Cody. Hair dyed. I always think that when you dye your hair, it's a heel turn, but apparently not. I just figured, like, now he's went dark. He's got his pocket watch, monocle. I don't know what that was. Wearing a vest.
Made of real gorilla chest.
I hated the announcers when his music started playing.
And they didn't know who it was.
And it's like,
we've heard that 1.5-minute intro to his song long enough.
All the time. And I was just like...
And the smoke's coming from the center where he normally comes out of.
So, after the match, I pick up my phone and I look up and I hear the music and I'm like, and I see kind of like the red grass and I was like, well, it's Cody. And then like I heard the chick or whatever is kind of like singing, whispering, and I was like, but then like JR and Shivani are like, what is going on? Oh, and I'm like, it's Cody. And then Cody came out. I'm like, there's no fucking difference. Like, it's like never in my mind was like, oh, we're getting a new debut. No, it's Cody.
Yeah.
Black hair, sure, whatever. I was tired of Cody when he was the champ because there was nothing going on. It was just him doing matches. I think it's a little too early. I wish they kind of soaked in that him getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
Because he got his ass beat and he was out filming a TV show.
I hope we don't get 5 weeks of Cody in the ring on Dynamite television trying to put over that show.
Yeah.
He should have been out till like 2 weeks before Full Gear.
Yeah.
I mean, now we got 5 weeks built, 6 weeks built to the pay-per-view, which is fine, I guess. But
I don't want Cody to come back. Yeah,
and win. Like it would make no sense for Cody to come back and win. I want this to keep going. John fucking Silver, everything in Dark Order right now. This time last year, Dark Order was like shit, and now this year, like people are raving that Dark Order is like the stable of the year. There's a lot going on in that Dark Order stuff, especially the divide with Brody and Uno.
Yeah, they're literally they're pretty much they're doing like 3 or 4 segments every week with just all the characters
and seeing them all ringside standing there. Even Anna Jay,
which is cool.
Even the chick is standing there, cool. And then the dudes will come out and stand when Anna Jay's out.
But then like Brody beating up Don't Call Me Dick Grayson, like I thought that was weird. I wasn't fully paying attention, and then I just saw Dick Grayson get up there and he had the title and he was like, yeah, and all of a sudden Brody just knocked him out. And I was like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, I don't know if you guys are watching Being the Elite, but they're on that. They're on there
a lot.
They're pretty much the main focus on
the show. I
too.
saw the segment when Brody first won the title, and John Silver's like, "We got Chili's," and then like John's trying to win over fucking Brody's attention. Mm-hmm. So there was somebody smeared in the bathroom. Fuck Brody Lee, and it said Stu STOOO. John fucking. Oh man,
it's been entertaining. There's some things that I'm glad they don't put on TV. Like they can do it on the YouTube.
The serious stuff needs to be on the television. Yeah. The blooper reel can be on.
You can throw some stuff, some silly stuff in there sometimes, but for the most part, because a lot of it is making fun of the machine that is WWE, and which I personally think they need to just kill that. They need to stop talking about the competition, or like the way Kingston brought it up, that made sense.
Sports entertainer, because they were friends and they
that
left.
Made sense. But
somebody
coming out and banning, or the Twitch stuff where he's promoting his Twitch account on live TV. It's like, we get it, you guys are more relaxed, like it's okay. Like,
and you know what the dumb thing is, at least for me, because I'm dumb. When we saw the pay-per-view here in Travis and your stoner neighbor, and he snapped his fingers and it said this is promoted by All Elite Wrestling. The first thing I thought of was New Jack back in the day in NWA, when he was talking so much shit that the networks had a censor on the bottom. The views of New Jack do not represent that of this company or this station. It didn't hit me that we're in the middle of fucking WWE's cutting off everybody's Twitch streams at the knees.
They're still on there. Like Selena Vega was on there.
They made it clear if you're using your actual name, you're fine. But if you're using your trademark name that's owned by the company,
is that what it is?
Yeah, and AJ owns he owns a trademark to his name, so is
he on Twitch too?
Yeah. Somewhat recently, but he's been doing some gaming stuff on Twitch.
Yeah, because
and some flat earthing.
Wait, he's a flat earther? No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. AJ's a flat earther?
Yeah.
No, he's not. I don't believe that for 1 second. I'm about to Google that. Someone Google that in the chat.
All right, so
Google that in the chat and then tell me if it's true.
You did a nice transition there. You hate stable groups acknowledging the competition.
So, no, not just stable groups, just AEW
wrestlers in general.
AEW in general.
So, what do you think of Retribution? now that the masks are off, the ski masks are off.
Are we done?
And now we're
done with AEW talk?
Yeah, for now. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we've got Super Shredder, Jason Voorhees,
and
Bane, and then some dominatrix chicks.
Hey, I'm not mad at that, but
I'm not mad at that.
Okay,
Google
so
that, yes.
Okay, so they started off being anarchy kind of smashing windows and tearing shit up and blowing.
We're
stuff
against
up,
the establishment,
right? So like pretty much WWE started this group with no idea what they were going to do with them. Then they decided, then they said, all right, who can we put in this group? So a couple of weeks went by and they started throwing in people where you'd be like, hey, that guy kind of looks like, Dio Madden. Nah, it's not him because next week he wasn't there. Now they've got masks.
where you can visibly see who they are.
And now they got WWE contracts. Like, how did that conversation happen?
And remember, apparently, so from what was on commentary, the top 5 guys got contracts.
Yeah.
They've been coming out in the dozens between Raw and SmackDown.
So, but I just it's like, did Vince McMahon go out there when they were breaking a window and going, hey guys, you got your spunk. You guys want a contract? And they were like, yes.
I'm going to kill it with poison.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm glad that Dijakovac's on there. But
the mark in me wants to be super happy for Brennan.
Yeah.
Our friend Brennan Williams.
Mia Ying.
Yeah.
They're all
Mercedes.
They're all great, but wearing stupid masks and being a rebellious anarchy group.
Here's where the logic starts coming into play. They're anarchists. They don't believe in the establishment, so they're gonna accept contracts.
Yeah.
It's kind of like alcoholism. It's fun drinking when you're underage because you feel like you're getting away with something. But once you turn 21, it doesn't really matter. Because it's the thrill's gone, other than you just drink because you want to fucking drink. This, it's not the same. It doesn't have the same connotation when you're destroying shit for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
And now, because you hate the company, but now you're with the company.
Yeah. So now you're destroying.
Yeah.
Your ship where you sleep.
Unless Keith Lee's your leader, why is his girlfriend beating him up?
Well, have they established? Did they establish in NXT that they were dating?
Yeah,
they have, right?
Yeah,
because they always tag, right? Yeah,
and they would always walk out from outside together. If Triple H is the leader, no disrespect to Dio and Brennan and Mia. If you're bringing in your heavy hitters, where the fuck's Undisputed Era? Where the fuck's Imperium? Where the fuck is
Well,
Where's Ciampa? Where's Gargano? Why are you bringing in, again, no disrespect, B-level, C-level people?
Yeah.
Dio
Madden wasn't even in NXT.
Dio Madden, here's an example. If WWE actually knew what they were doing. 30-second promo from Dio, very simple. The last time you guys saw me, I stood up for my commentary team.
Against Brock. Right?
Against Brock. Not one phone call, not one text message, not one visit from the hospital.
That makes sense.
So fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm going after what's mine. That's an easy promo.
Yeah.
But not from fucking Mace, T-Bar, Slapdick, Shatter, whatever you want to call these people.
No, I get it. Yeah. No, it makes sense to me. But I just don't get it.
What? And again, and if Dijakovic is complaining that he didn't get his push, he's been in NXT for how long? Not that long.
A year. And he got
Mercedes. How long? She's shown up in the women's tournaments, off and on, flashes. But as far as an actual push, she's been in the company in NXT for 3 months.
Yeah.
Main eventing. So if these people are on Retribution, you need to take them off of NXT television.
Yeah. But even then, what's the payoff?
And who's everyone else?
Yeah.
There's 20 fuckers, bro.
Yeah.
Who are all these people? And now apparently it's Raw only. They haven't been fucking with SmackDown.
They at the beginning they did.
In the beginning they did, but now it's just Raw because Raw gets all the attention.
It was more on SmackDown before, and then they pushed it to Raw,
and now it's Raw only. Building up to, I'm assuming this is the time of the season we're building up to a nice 8-on-8 Survivor Series main event clusterfuck. But I would think it's Raw and SmackDown against whatever this Retribution wannabe Antifa stuff is, and then you're putting Antifa against the Black Lives Matter group. And the Black Lives Matter group, where the companies, they've been treating them as heels for the last 4 months. Now they're getting fucking the babyface rub. I don't mind that they're getting the babyface rub. It's all fucking weird. There's just no consistency. None.
It's almost like they just threw shit into a hat, and then they just start pulling stuff out. All right, we got a group that's anarchies. All right, cool. Who's gonna be in it? This guy, this girl. Ooh, a girl, crazy. Who are they gonna go against? Everybody. And who else? The Hurt Business. Why not? But you gotta pay to do it. But yet they haven't been paid. In fact, they're going against people who got contracts.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay me to take somebody out who's already got a contract.
Devil's advocate. If CM Punk's the leader, no one's going to give a flying fuck about anyone in that goddamn group.
No.
CM Punk, and rightfully so. CM Punk's going to take all that shine,
is that a rumor?
all that thunder. Like, first thing you ask, you think about Retribution. What's a guy you think of from his personal life, his last days with the company, his whole gripe with Z-Packs? Like, CM Punk would be the guy, but it's
like
that. No one's gonna, no one is gonna give a flying fuck about anyone in the group. Nobody.
10 years.
I like the fact that there's girls in it. You know, me and Mercedes, they'll probably wreck shop.
But there's not enough girls on the roster
to defend them,
to fight them. Yeah.
And they haven't really fucked with the girls, have they?
No, because the group's mostly men.
Yeah.
The nobodies are the other 25 people that surrounded the ring to beat up the Hurt Business. It's I want to watch it because I want to see where they're going with it, but I'm not holding my breath that it's going to be good.
I'm trying to give as much benefit of the doubt as I can because in the beginning, for the most part, Aces and Eights didn't make much sense either. And then once Bully was the leader, and they had that one episode of Impact afterwards where it was like 70% Bully narrating the entire story of how the beginning of Aces and Eights turned out to be Bully winning the title.
Yeah.
Everything made sense. Every hole was plugged.
Yeah, but they need...
But this is fucking Swiss cheese, and we're not even like 2 months into this.
So now we need we need the leader to show up
like now.
So
and even then that'll burn everything out because the NWO lasted how long? Hogan's the leader. Oh wait, no, Bischoff was the leader, but that drag. Like if you unveil everybody in Retribution now, it's like the cat's out of the bag, right? Yeah. And we got 2 months till Survivor Series if that's what they're going for. And then here's the other problem. You unmask all these people, and when you realize it's NXT guys, it's not Retribution. It'll be seen as Raw versus NXT because last year Survivor Series NXT dominated.
It's going to be the invasion.
Yeah, it's going to be invasion all over again. So Retribution will have been NXT the entire time, and they're not just the name brand alone of Retribution is not going to last above water once you know that everybody in there is NXT.
Yeah.
Even if the leader's Triple H, you know, or if even if the leader's fucking Scrap Iron, Adam Pearce, who else is letting these guys in?
Yeah, or if it's Keith Lee.
It's all gonna come back to these are NXT guys. We're building up to Survivor Series. Brand supremacy last year. NXT killed both the brands.
Yeah.
So
they lose and then they're gone and then they go back to being Dijakovic with a mask. Does he take the mask off? I don't know. I don't care about Bane.
I don't care about Bane.
Yeah.
Retribution, eh? I was born in NXT.
You only visit NXT. I was born in it.
I was born on the Indies.
I do flips. We can do this for the next hour.
It's better than talking about Raw and SmackDown.
All right, fuck it. It's been a couple weeks. Some good shit, pal. Give me some of your matches of the week. Or contenders.
I've drank today. I don't know.
We drinking now, fool.
What have I liked? Jesus. What have I seen?
Oh, we all like Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Wait, you mean CrossFit Jesus? You like Rollins?
No.
You don't like the little love thing going on with Murphy and the kid?
Dominic?
So you're gonna tell me a 19-year-old girl is gonna be in a relationship with a 31-year-old guy?
That happens.
It happens. Mexicans, it happens all the time. They marry at
know,
14. They marry at 14.
You're Mexican.
15.
I'm not Mexican.
I'm Mexican-ish. Like I don't eat enchiladas. I don't drink Coronas. Like if you got a Brillo pad and some alcohol, I'd be just as pale as you.
It sounds like the next video.
Oh shit! Max on the red couch, episode 2. The nudity.
Let's go. Let's white face Chris. Honestly,
Sponsored by Lawnmower, or what's that fucking Jimmy Junk?
Manscaping.
Manscaped.
My balls.
I saw it. Let me help you. Got the list right here.
Give me something I should remember.
Asuka versus Mickie James on Raw.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
She got hurt, right?
it was Mickie sold the choke out so well that they called the match. She never tapped. The ref called the match. This ref stoppage that Asuka won.
Was that how it was supposed to go?
Possibly. I guess. Maybe. It looked good to me.
Okay.
How about who the hell is this? Oh, FTR against Jurassic Express.
It was okay. It's
Let me help you. We talked about it earlier, or maybe the last episode. Thunder Rosa against Ivelisse. Travis was giving me shit in our group chat.
Yeah, it was a stiff fucking no selling because they have beef.
Actual beef.
So Ivelisse out here with the Phil Nelson just kind of like chilled. The punching that they threw at each other, the slapping that they threw at each other. Where are they going with this? Is Thunder Rosa still on TV?
So they tagged last night.
Yes.
It was Thunder and Sheeta. So I'm guessing they're building towards a rematch.
I mean,
like it's respect, but then somewhere it feels like the female version of Omega and Hangman, where they're put together by necessity. But now that there's distance between them two, they're gonna fight again, and it's not gonna be it's gonna be personal instead of just out of the respects, I guess. I lost you. No. It's okay.
But no, because now they're respecting each other now, and then now they've battled each other. They've went through a battle against Ivelisse and Diamante. So it's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say no to another match between them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I've already seen it.
How about Io against Shotzi Blackheart?
I didn't see it.
Oh, crap. That was pretty good. What else? So now I'm dipping into the Japanese stuff. G1 Climax started over the weekend. All right, Arnold. Ishii against Suzuki. They beat the fuck out of each other. Night 1. And then night 2.
See, I want to watch this. I want to watch some of these matches from G1.
I need to make you a key to the apartment, bro. You come over there. We'll go down. We'll turn down. Tanahashi against Naito from night 2. Solid fucking match. I wanted to put Okada. I think it was Okada versus Ibushi.
Everybody's in this tournament, right? For the most part.
Almost, yeah.
Like all the key people are in there.
Yeah, I don't know if I missed something in the last couple of weeks, but like Okada was just like using this modified Cobra, like standing modified Cobra clutch. He wasn't at all even going for the Rainmaker. Like he didn't do the pose or anything. So if he's going heel, that's the best way of going heel. It's not giving the people what they want. Yeah, nip that shit.
We could talk about that in certain companies too.
Yeah, and then I thought Moxie versus Kingston for what it was. Again, having that mentality of we're expecting to see something, and then we saw something else.
Yeah,
just like you.
Yeah.
Mostly the Moxley stuff. I was expecting a lot more.
I mean, I put
trash and a lot less actual like stiff.
What about the parking lot brawl?
Parking lot brawl is interesting. I think the only strike against it, and I'm not sure it's a fair strike, because he was a part of it too. It kind of deflated me a little bit that Orange had to bail him out. Orange has been jumped from All Inner Circle, so he has just the same beef. But when it's 2-on-2, let them handle it. You know,
like
if
they may as well just throw in that.
If Sammy showed up, then pop Orange from the trunk. You know, but But it was fucking brutal, dude. That was one of the cars. Those are
real cars and real windshields.
Where'd they get those cars from?
Cars R Us.
Yeah. That was one of the better street fight parking lot matches in the recently. They did fucking good.
It made them both look credible, and
Yeah.
like it's the best friends, and so like we get it. They hug, and
then Mom picked them up in the van and
then
drove off, and she flipped them off.
Yeah, that was great. I loved that part.
I can appreciate the little pieces of the story, so I like that.
And it was actually a story. They didn't just go, "Hey, we're gonna have a parking lot brawl because why not? Because it's Wednesday."
And they were supposed to have that weeks ago before, like, the real strands of COVID came out. They had already advertised the parking lot brawl, and then shit happened in between, and they never got to it.
It was I like that one.
Do you like the fact that got a 5-star rating from Meltzer? It beat Sting Vader from WCW. It beat fucking somebody online listed all these matches that apparently this 5-star match was as good as.
He said that was the best match, since COVID, since like beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I've seen some cool wrestling, but it's not a wrestling match.
But at the same time, it doesn't feel like COVID because most parking lot brawls, that's what it looks like. You don't have hundreds of people surrounding that shit. So
but it's not. That wasn't a match. So it
wasn't a typical wrestling match.
So
it wasn't your Cornet special.
It's Meltzer. I could give two shits about what he says.
Thank you.
I could care less about his ratings and Tokyo Domes and.
It'd be 9 stars if it was in front of the Japanese audience.
It would have been. Yeah.
Everybody clapping.
What else is on your list?
That's it for the last couple of weeks. I actually tried watching G1 today. I'll add this on the list. Shingo Takagi against Jeff Cobb. Another fucking stiff ass fucking match.
I love Jeff Cobb.
It was good. Oh yeah, I'm
definitely on the Jeff Cobb.
My love for Jeff Cobb was rekindled in this match. Like, I'm back on the Jeff Cobb train. It's been a while. The last time I saw Cobb, he lost to fucking Moxie on Dynamite. And that was it. He hadn't shown up on TV on any kind of program since that I watched consistently. And then, because I had a half day at work today, so I started early on watching Night 3 and Night 4, and I fell asleep. So I need to go back and watch some of the matches. I tried watching Minoru Suzuki against Taichi. And again, number one, Japanese commentary. Like the Kevin Kelly stuff, they're not doing it live. Like, they're doing it post-tape.
Oh, really?
So I'm listening to Japanese. My girlfriend and I were watching Night 1 and 2 over the weekend, and all I understood was hi, and eh. That's it.
And then the wrestler's name.
And then the wrestler's name. Yeah.
That's why you updated your phone, so now you got that translator.
Oh shit, no.
I use it all the time. I'm sitting in my house. I'm just sitting in my room just laughing. What do I want to hear in Japanese? And I'll just say something and I'll say it in Japanese.
Hi, yeah.
Good shit, pal. Japanese.
So yeah, I'm gonna try again to watch that this weekend. Now that G1 started, I'm trimming the fat. AEW, NXT, possibly right now just NXT UK, and I'll just watch NXT for the takeovers. Like, I'll just watch the takeovers for NXT,
which is next
week.
So you have to watch next week.
And G1, that's it. Raw and SmackDown for the most part. Like, I'll admit, I tuned in for the last hour of Raw, and even then I was in and out. And SmackDown, I've been busy on Fridays, and after that,
it's Friday. Who the hell's watching?
Which sucks, because I would rather watch the shit that's going on SmackDown than I would the stuff that's on Raw.
Yeah.
AJ, Sammy, Jeff Hardy, the Intercontinental stuff that's going on, bro. Roman versus Jay.
Yeah.
I don't even have much context, but just the fact that those two are having the match and Paul putting both of them over. We'll get to the anticipation of a little bit. We transition to that a little bit. And it's condensed. It's 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's easier to take. It's easier to take in.
I see things online about SmackDown. I'm like, I'd watch that. Or,
yeah.
But now it's just like,
yeah. So
I watched The Boys on Friday. Okay.
We'll get into it now. The pay-per-view. Most of the stuff that's on SmackDown, I'm watching just out of sheer benefit of the doubt. Roman versus Jay. What are you giving?
We're just going straight into that.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do. I hope it's not I hope he doesn't just kill him.
I don't think so. I mean, Jay's been in fucking Hell in a Cell matches, bro. Jay's been in ladder matches, man. Roman hasn't done all that shit.
Yeah, but it's Roman.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll give it a 7. And I got Roman winning because it's Roman.
I got a 9.
Oh, yeah.
Roman going heel already got my attention. Roman going against family, you got more of my attention. Roman going against the sober Uso, all right, now you got a lot of my attention.
What's up with the other Uso?
I think he's injured.
Oh, okay.
And then Heyman putting over the whole bloodline thing. They had a tag match a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown where Jay was pretty much the workhorse of the whole thing. And then at the last minute, Roman showed up to the apron, tagged himself in, did a spear, got the win. And then the next week, there was another tag match. And Roman speared the guy. I think it was Sheamus. Roman speared Sheamus. And then right after that, out of fucking nowhere, Jey Uso hits the frog splash, and Jay gets the win.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's respect there, but you know you're not supposed to trust Roman because he's with fucking the Walrus.
Yeah.
I'm at a 9.
Good chew.
Yeah, I'm at a 9. Obviously, I got Roman winning, but I'm. Normally, the summer is the time where you throw shit on the wall to see where it sticks. So it's kind of weird having this being the tryout for Jay as a singles star.
I mean, yeah.
You know,
now it's COVID. COVID
that
times.
try
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you can try
that too.
stuff.
If this works, give Jay the Intercontinental belt for a bit.
Yeah.
Test it out. You know, if he can hang with Roman on the main event, then yeah.
I mean, I think he can already be slotted in. I'd be interested to see where they go with it.
Yeah. Or if Heyman signs Jay and kind of turns Jay a little, and then Jay's your mid-card star that Paul Heyman pushes.
They've done the Usos being heels before.
Yeah, but not alone.
True.
So SmackDown belt.
What else?
How about Raw ambulance match? Orton versus McIntyre.
We saw this match SummerSlam?
Yeah.
So a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was okay with Botchamania.
Fucking bullshit.
I don't know, ambulance matches, last man standing matches.
All right, Abel.
We
got a visit from everyone tonight.
I don't care.
Five.
5.
The gimmick's pretty much killing it.
Yeah.
I'll
give the belt to Orton.
Yeah. Keep Drew on the shelf for a little bit.
Yeah.
He talk about a guy that's got the short end of the stick. Drew's first singles heavyweight title run is in front of fucking nobody. And for the most part, I've been a fan of his shit since he won the belt.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a good champ.
I like Drew. I was there at Royal Rumble, and I cheered him on when I wanted him to win. And when he eliminated Brock, I flipped my shit. And then when he won, I flipped my shit even more. It definitely sucks that he's the COVID champ.
Yeah.
But give it to Orton and then give it back to Drew at Survivor Series.
Or in front of people.
New
Japan is doing G1 in front of 75% fans. So there's an actual audience there. You hear them clapping, you hear them stomping. You don't necessarily hear them screaming, but sometimes I do. And especially now. Sidebar. Let's just assume hell freezes over and Trump wins the presidency. By December, Americans are going to be doing shit in front of actual Americans. Football. There's 2 football teams right now that actually have audiences. You're a Dynamo fan. You got soccer. You got fans at the Dynamo Stadium.
I just got.
It's distant.
I just got my season tickets for the next 5 games.
It's distant, but you're still at the game in person rather than watching it at the crib.
Yeah.
You know. So if that trend continues, regardless of how COVID goes, I'm picturing fucking Survivor Series in Dallas, or WWE doing shows in front of people before the year's over. I can't see Vince still doing what he does, knowing that the competition is actually getting revenue from an audience.
I don't see them leaving Florida.
I don't.
Just
Florida is Florida. Florida's
the Wild West.
Yeah. So if anything, you're gonna have a live audience in Florida before the year's over.
Yeah, you can just book that arena and just.
Travis mentioned it in our chat, and I kind of beat him. I kind of pulled the trigger before he got his sights locked in. the Thunderdome is a good concept. I would suggest just adding like a row or two of actual human beings on the floor so that you can have a reaction. That's what's missing. That's what's missing in pro wrestling is the reaction. That's why football ratings are down. That's why ratings in baseball are down. That's why ratings in every sport is down.
Yep.
Because half of getting into something is the reaction of other people in the agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You know? So when there's a wrestling show and you can't hear "Let's go Roman sucks" or people cheering for Orange Cassidy or fucking the Be Elite chant or anything like that. You know, when you don't hear people, you know, people shit on it. Our friends shit on it. Singing Judas when Chris Jericho comes out. Judas singing, fans singing Judas. You know, especially the Caucasians there in Florida can't keep up with the rhythm and they're all off key. They were all off on yesterday. You know, but that's part of the charm of wrestling. If you don't get that, it's not the same show.
Yeah, it's just 2 men in a ring grunting at each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good shit, pal.
I'm at a 5. I got Orton winning 2. It wouldn't shock me if this whole retribution thing keeps going and Keith Lee gets the title. Because even
Keith Lee?
Or
a face Keith Lee.
Heel Keith Lee with retribution.
So then you have to have Drew.
And Drew comes back and takes it from Keith. Best friends turn enemies because of retribution.
You'd have to have Orton as a face then?
Not necessarily. Retributions have been screwing over faces and heels. Angel Garza left his buddy hanging high and dry for that ass whooping from Retribution. That's how they're split. That's how they're playing their split. Oh shit! I mentioned it already. Again, for the 100th time, Garza and Andrade against Street Profits for the Raw Tag Titles.
I don't care.
0.
I really don't care.
They split. They had this whole argument, and Zelina said, "Fuck this, I'm done."
Yeah, she left.
She left.
She's on Twitch.
And yet now they got another title shot. I'm at 0. I don't care about this match. I got Private Party with
the first 3 months of COVID. It was them wrestling every single week, at least twice.
2 segments a week.
They had a singles match, then a tag match, or a tag match, then a singles match, or a single tag match, whatever. I could care less.
Yeah. I don't care.
The tag team division on damn girl. Goddamn.
I didn't fart or anything, did I?
I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'll give it a 0. Private Party wins.
Okay. How about SmackDown? Cesaro.
No, you know what? The Mexicans win.
The Mexicans
just because
hating each other. Yeah. They're forced to stay together.
They're forced to stay together. Why?
I'll play with that.
Why the hell not?
Speaking of Mexicans, on the SmackDown side, Lucha House Party against Cesaro and Nakamura-san for the SmackDown titles. Have you been keeping up with the whole shit with Kalisto thinking that he's better than the rest of the group? And there's like
there's shit in between.
There's shit between the Raza too over there on the Blue brand.
I saw one of them post on Instagram that he's taking his mask off.
Oh, Lince, yeah.
Has he done that?
I haven't seen it. It would have been all over Facebook by now.
I saw him online. I saw a clip of his match and he's wearing it, but on Instagram he had that. I don't know.
Hell, if they build up to a title versus mask match at a rematch, I'd be all over that.
You know what they need to do? They need to have Cesaro versus Roman.
Oh my god! You know what?
He was a Heyman guy, right?
I'll go one more. One of the best rivalries rivalries in the past 15 years. 15 years on the dot.
Jesus.
Grew out of tag champions. And it was Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
WrestleMania 21. And then by that SummerSlam, they're fighting over Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, give me Cesaro and Nakamura. Fuck, bro. Cesaro and Nakamura.
Who would you put as the face?
It'd have to be Cesaro. He's one of those, not to say lifer, but I associate Cesaro as WWE now. I don't think of Castagnoli from Ring of Honor or anything. He's already made his own.
He threw away my flag at Ring of Honor one time.
Bad dick.
It's on the WrestleMania 25, the second show.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's on
I need to go back. I have both the DVDs. I need to go back.
I'm on the rail and he throws my flag away.
You weren't sitting with us on the seats?
No.
In the bleachers?
No.
For night 2?
The first night I sat third row with my girlfriend at the time, right when we almost got hit when it wasn't Aries, was it? And he dove into the crowd.
Oh no! So you were sitting with us the first night because it was Davey Richards and Kenta, and Davey Richards flew and his body went.
I was like 2 rows from the rail, and then I went and bought a ticket, and then for the second night, and I was on the entrance rail.
Okay, cool.
I'm on there. You'll see it. I even turn around, look at the camera, and go, ah! And then I got it back. It's the same flag that the bushwhacker picked up and went.
Oh no!
And he licked my face too.
That's how COVID started.
Shit, that was fucking.
Or
almost,
SARS.
What was that year?
That's 2017.
7?
2008. WrestleMania 25 was no. WrestleMania. I can't believe I know this. WrestleMania 25 was 2009. Super sidebar. I almost didn't go to that WrestleMania. That was the year that I got married, and at the time, we're engagement ring shopping, and she wanted this rock that was out of my price range, and I told her, "It was like, well, I could sell our WrestleMania tickets," and I had her, Asina. She's like, "Don't worry about it," and so that's how I know all that because that was that WrestleMania 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. 2009.
Well,
never do that shit again.
I will. I would watch Cesaro and Nakamura. I still think Cesaro should be pushed as a main eventer and have him go up against Roman at some point. I think it'd be good.
Cesaro as a babyface / former Paul Heyman guy
versus Roman.
You can build that between now and the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how about this? How about
so you got the Mexicans taking the belts off them then? Let's just start it now.
Maybe it's a little. I don't know. Maybe.
Or the dissension in the Mexicans, drop them or give the belts to somebody else.
They got something going on, so like bring somebody else in. They drop the titles. They blame each other. They feud. They have a match at Survivor Series. They open the show at Survivor Series. Why not? Yeah. Cesaro versus Nakamura. Then it builds
the actual show, not the pre-show, right?
Yes. Okay. The actual
Mexicans can flip. Cesaro can give the bumps. I'm at an 8. Surprisingly, I haven't watched enough of this for me to be tired of it.
Yeah.
So the most of the SmackDown stuff is going to get a higher grade because it's going to be fresh to me.
I haven't seen a full episode of SmackDown since they debuted on Fox.
Really?
I haven't watched a full episode. I've seen parts. I've seen clips. I've seen
Thunderdome.
The first hour. I've seen the last hour. I've seen the middle piece in between, but I haven't seen a whole entire. I haven't sat down and said, "I'm watching this entire thing." So it's all fresh to me.
Yeah.
What else?
I teased it pre-show. Asuka defends the Raw Women's title against Zelina Vega on the fucking pre-show.
On the pre-show?
Yes, the pre-show. Is there echo in here?
I'm at a 10.
The main event's 4 hours early, eh?
I mean, it's
5. It's all Asuka. I haven't seen Zelina wrestle. She hasn't won a match on television so I don't know why she's getting this title match unless it's on. Yeah, it's on the pre-show.
I mean, I like Zelina Vega.
Who doesn't like Zelina Vega?
I mean, I liked her when she was in LAX.
Yeah.
I loved her in LAX.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pre-show.
That's pre-show. Yeah, bet.
They're gonna change that.
I don't think so.
They're gonna change it on Friday.
Nah,
they did that.
You got your main women's feud right now on SmackDown. Nikki Cross against Bayley. Again, Nikki Cross versus Bayley for the title.
I mean, Nikki Cross has been kind of steadily being steady recently.
I'm at a 0 for this.
Jesus.
I don't really care for this match, but I care about everything else. Like so.
Sasha Bayley.
So not so much that.
Nikki and Alexa Bliss.
Alexa going full like Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
for her Joker.
Yeah.
I want to see Alexa versus Nikki because
I
before
thought they were building to that.
Before Nikki lost all that weight and became a cute chick. I thought she's always been attractive, but she's been kind of the cute chick now with Alexa. She has that sanity past, so she can get crazy as fuck too. So I want to see crazy versus crazy. And we've been teased for fucking years that's with Sasha Bayley ever since they made it to the main roster. I just, for whatever reason, I can't buy Sasha as the face in this.
Yeah, I thought this was weird too.
But they've invested so much, and I know how good the matches are between the two, that I still kind of want to watch how it plays out. But right now, this speed bump of Nikki versus Bailey, I don't give a fuck. But next pay-per-view, 2 pay-per-views after that, I'll probably be at 9s and 10s for whatever all 4 of those girls
you
do.
probably will be.
For whatever all those girls do. So I got Bailey retaining just to keep pushing the story of Bailey Sasha.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
What else? Is there a ladder match?
Well, thank you. Intercontinental title.
I've been waiting.
Triple threat. This is the match that I want to watch.
Yeah.
This probably seal the show. Sami Zayn thinks he's the Intercontinental Champion because he left due to COVID, and they took the belt from him. So he never technically lost the belt.
Yep.
AJ Styles was the champ until he got beat by Jeff after trying to do some butt fuckery in the match to keep it. And then we have the actual champion, Jeff Hardy. Ladder match specialist, Jeff Hardy. X Division specialist, AJ Styles.
Are both titles going to be hanging up, or is it going to be just the one title?
You know what? It would be cool if it was both the titles.
Yeah.
But they both look the fucking same.
I know, but I mean, the 2 Intercontinental titles look the same with Razor and Shawn.
I thought they had different colors. The straps were different colors. They look different. I'm just giving you shit. I'm at a 10. I am watching this match.
Ladder matches are my favorite kind of matches. Even though AJ's a flat earther. Yeah, it's Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. It's AJ Styles in a ladder match. It's Sami Zayn, who
ladder war with Kevin Owens.
Yeah. So,
they can go.
This will be the main event. This will be the best match.
The main event is this match. So whatever this match is over, everything else is going to be fighting it.
Why not? He just got it. Or do you give it to Sammy?
I'm thinking Sammy.
Give some stupid shit and Sammy sneak, because Sammy's a cowardly heel.
Sammy?
He's a cowardly heel, so he can wait until Hardy does some stupid high spot and then climb up and steal it.
I love the bit when Sammy first came back and then he went into the locker room and ran into Cesaro and Nakamura, and they both put him in check like, bro, we've been here. Like, you need to give us a minute. And they they literally threw him out, and Sammy just played it off like nothing.
He's like,
so give it to Sammy, and then next month, Sammy, Cesaro, Nakamura, another fucking ladder match.
No,
I'm at a 10. I'm gonna give it to Sammy. I wouldn't. You know what? I don't care who wins. It's gonna be good shit no matter who wins. Hopefully. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and pick Sammy.
I got Sammy winning. I'll give it an 8.
What's next?
What else is
there's actually a couple left. Yeah, women's tag. The Riot Squad against Shayna Baszler. What can't you finish? Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax against the Riot Squad for the women's titles. You are at a no fucks given.
Yeah.
So you're at a 0.
Yeah.
I'm actually at a
negative something. I could care less.
I'm at a 4. It's mostly Liv Morgan and it's kind of Ruby a little bit now that they're teaming up. It's the Riot Squad, but it's like, all right, so Liv's wearing the Beetlejuice pants and fucking Ruby's wearing the Beetlejuice stuff too. It's like she's kind of creeping in, like they're sharing each other's shit a little bit. It feels more of a team now than just a stable that Ruby's leading.
Yeah.
So I like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to watching them, but it's like.
But Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Why is that a team? Why does Nia Jax have a title? Why does she have a job? Honestly, she's hurting like 4 people. She's hurting herself. It's literally them just being like, we don't have anything for y'all to do. There's not enough things to do for y'all, so
I don't like her. I don't like her either. Great, we'll give them the belts.
Yeah, exactly. I could care less. The heels will win. Next.
Yeah. How about Bobby Lashley defending the U.S. title against Apollo again?
Next. I've seen this match. It happens every week. It's always the same. It's the same 5-6 people.
Yeah.
It's Apollo versus MVP. The next week it's Vince Shelton. Then it's Cedric Alexander. Then it's Bobby Lashley. Then it's a tag team with Bobby Lashley and MVP. Then it's a 6-man tag.
Then it's a gauntlet match.
Then it's a
Apollo
gauntlet
had
match.
to kill all of them, and he
Not
couldn't.
only was it a gauntlet match, after that they had another match. It was a tag match. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same wrestlers every goddamn
It's
week.
okay, Scott. It's okay.
I'm hulking up
Show me where they touched you.
in my eyes. In my eyes.
I'm gonna give this. Oddly enough, I'm gonna give this a 6
Get the fuck out of here.
because the last couple. Because
Not you. You're good. You stay.
this is the best Lashley we've gotten since he's come back. This is the best presentation of Bobby Lashley. His stuff in the ring's getting better. Him being in the Hurt Business makes the Hurt Business come up a couple levels. And out of all the Hurt Business, Apollo Crews seems to have the most chemistry with Lashley.
That's fair.
So it won't be a bad match. And the whole Retribution stinger, somebody's going to come screw this up.
What they need to do is have they should have made this match. If Apollo Crews loses, he has to join the Hurt Business.
Oh, dude, Apollo in the Hurt Business would be good too.
But then he's gonna. But then he has to play by the rules.
Yeah.
And he has to do heelish things, even though they're faces now. But yeah, put him in there and be that one where he's grumpy and he doesn't.
So we put all the Mexicans in one group, we put all the blacks in one group, we keep all the whites away from everybody else. It's fucking Raw is race war, basically.
It's back to being the 90s. They were getting a biker group.
But everybody likes everybody, you know? That's why we haven't gotten Forgotten Sons back.
They're coming back.
Oh, God.
They're coming back.
Oh, my God.
Why these are coming back?
Oh, my God.
It's a white person.
I need my guns.
Well, it's a different leader, though, right? Because
it's still the same 3 guys. It's still the same 3. What?
I mean, it could be worse. You know, it could be.
Oh,
they
it could be a
they
lot
could have
worse.
sent pictures of their jump to kids. You know.
I'm surprised instead of the Hurt Business going up against Retribution that they didn't do the Forgotten Sons. Because you think of a kid going to another state to shoot up some people with his AK-47 underage. You think of Forgotten Sons against people dressed in black with masks. That's the first thing I think of if Vince is literally playing out. And I think that's the other reason why I've been tuning out a lot on Raw. And I don't want to anger people that watch this or listen to this when I say this because I don't feel this way completely, but I'm kind of on the fence. To an extent, I kind of understand why people don't want politics in their sports. Because some people have their things that they go to get away from everything.
Yeah, but wrestling's always been like this. It's turned up to 11.
It's not, yeah, because here's the thing: the last time wrestling was turned up to 11, they moved the WrestleMania to another place because Sergeant Slaughter was getting fucking death threats for being an Iraqi sympathizer.
Yeah,
you know, so. I watch wrestling because I surround myself. I work in fucking an essential retail business that has to be open. I deal with people that don't like face shields, that don't agree in masks, that think the fucking virus is a hoax, that aren't taking the vaccine. So sometimes I need things to escape from life. And watching wrestling, it's the 1-2 combo of we're gonna do an Antifa group, we're gonna have people fight them. And then the other part that doesn't really get mentioned too much, especially early on, was so many fucking references of catering. Like people sitting in the back and catering and earning a paycheck instead of actually wrestling, and just hearing about catering when there's people that don't have jobs, that are unemployed, that are struggling to decide whether you're getting food on the table or paying the rent. So I don't want to hear people get food when there's other people that aren't eating. And that's
who's making that?
The most of the Hurt Business shit was Cedric. Hey, have fun in catering while everybody else actually has a match on television. A lot of that Hurt Business stuff in the beginning was the whole catering joke. And I was like, bro, there's people starving, man. People haven't been working for months. People are gonna get evicted. I'm trying to watch wrestling so that I don't hear about that.
I don't have to remind
so
myself
I don't
that
have to
I
be
might lose my
reminded
job.
that these fuckers are getting free food.
I might lose my job at some point.
Yeah, it just and I guess that's why I'm gravitating towards AEW. They admit people are sick from coronavirus, and they give us an alternative, and they move on from it. They don't beat us with a stick for an hour and a half that they got fucking corona. Or Japan, people are just killing each other in the fucking ring. They just beat each other's shit, shake their hand. Tomorrow they do it again. So that's probably why, among other things that we've documented for the last 4 years on this podcast, that I'm like kind of easing back a bit on Raw and SmackDown. And with the fucking Retribution, they don't know what the fuck they're doing with this. Overall, Gold Rush, Clash of Champions. Are you watching it live at all?
No, I will not watch it live. Well, I mean, it's Sunday. I might be just chilling, so I might watch it. But I'm really just gonna watch ladder match and all right, it's okay. Ladder match, Roman match. I think that might be it.
I think that's it for me.
And the only reason I'll watch it on Sunday night is because I don't. Not that I care about spoilers, but I don't want spoilers. Like if I get on Instagram and see AJ Styles wins a ladder match, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna watch it because I already know who wins it, and it.
I got spoiled on the internet this morning about Kylo winning the gauntlet match. I'm fucking all about Kylo and Finn. We'll talk about that next week.
Tell me about that. I'm in that. I want that.
Yeah.
I
want okay seconds, thirds.
Yeah, just give it to me. Just inject it into my veins. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other shit you got?
I'm probably overall maybe at a 5 for this show, maybe even a 4. I don't want to watch it. I'm about 99% sure if my nephew texts me, "Hey, Uncle Chris, you're watching fucking Gold Rush?" I'll be like, "All right, come over. I'll bake a pie. We'll hang out."
Yeah.
I won't be all into
have that option.
Yeah. If I would prefer not to watch it live. I'll probably watch AJ the ladder match and Roman Uso before I go to bed because again, if I wake up Monday morning and get on Facebook, the first thing I'm gonna see is Roman, 8 different clips from WWE.com spoiling all this shit.
Instagram, Twitter, everything's just gonna blow up. That's I got on
because dude, how many fucking so on Facebook, and if you like one, they bombard you with everything.
Yeah.
So really it's WWE, WWE Network, WWE Raw, WWE SmackDown, WWE NXT UK, WWE full matches.
They're everywhere.
So if you like just one, you're gonna see 9 fucking WWE feeds on your timeline, and oh my god!
And it's all yeah.
So the stuff I want to see, I'm gonna watch it before I go to bed on Sunday.
I got an idea.
Oh shit! We'll just kill Mark Zuckerberg.
Just get off Facebook.
Well, you've done it, but you're still on Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and YouPorn, so you're gonna get spoiled with all kinds of shit.
Well, the YouPorn thing,
if you will,
they only have the Brock Lesnar matches on YouPorn. Like when he beat up Cena, when he beat up Goldberg, when he beat up Kevin Owens, when he beat up Dio Madden.
Yeah,
those are my
the heavy hitters.
those are my favorite YouPorn videos. But that's besides the point.
Man,
I'll give it a 4 or 5 too.
Okay,
and yeah,
we're gonna bring it down a little bit. Favorite Road Warrior match?
Oh, man.
Or favorite Road Warrior moment?
Well, I didn't have the chance to watch old wrestling. I do now, and I rewatch stuff now. But as a kid, it was WWF and WWF. There was nothing else. WCW came eventually, and we got WCW like when it became popular, like in the
late 90s.
Yeah, the NWA stuff.
NWO stuff.
Yeah, NWO stuff. So a lot of the class. I've seen the classic stuff from the Warrior, like Road. My favorite moment is them coming out at SummerSlam on motorcycles, which sucks because as a kid, that's the coolest thing, man. They got the gold. And they're coming out there, and then you grow up and you watch the match, and you realize Hawk is just fucked up out of his mind, and he can't even wrestle. But as a kid, you're like,
"Woo, Road Warriors!"
As a kid, I always wanted one of those
spikes.
Yeah, I wanted it. I wanted it. That's the one thing I wanted for Christmas every year. Never got it. I'm gonna buy one myself eventually. I'm just gonna buy one. What about you?
I didn't get into wrestling until the mid '90s. Oddly enough, there was an episode of Raw from Houston in '98 where they were already going through the storyline of Hawk being an alcoholic.
Ugh.
So he's walking to the ring that night, like stumbling. Like
I hated that.
I hated that. I hated that too, man. So most of my memories are just of LOD on Attitude Era Raw, and then fucking Animal showing up at WCW the night that Sid broke his fucking leg.
Ooh.
That
was gross.
But and then the Dark Side of the Ring episode of the whole thing that gave me all that clarity on the Road Warriors. I've always liked the Road Warriors as a team, but for whatever reason, I didn't have enough Road Warrior matches fed into my wrestling system.
Yeah,
for me to be as like
when I as a kid watching wrestling in the '90s, like early '90s, like tag team wrestling was like that. When I wanted to be a wrestler, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a tag team wrestler. Like that's what I wanted. So like seeing, Demolition and all those people and like.
So you and your brother?
No. My brother doesn't watch wrestling. So seeing the Road Warriors, like LOD, man, that was. And then when they came out in the LOD 2000 and they had Sunny and the helmets and stuff, I was into that. I liked it. I liked all that stuff.
And they lost me when it was LOD with Heidenreich. Animal and Heidenreich.
Yeah, but that was just them trying to.
Hawk had already been gone by then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was long gone.
I'm gonna make the effort to watch NWA War Games with Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors, and everybody has the face paint on against the Four Horsemen.
I'll watch it.
If you want to do a watch along, we can put it on tape for the podcasters.
I'll watch that. I'll watch that.
We'll do some homework.
But it was just those two guys, man. Like. I had the action figures. They were my favorite action figures.
There's a Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen documentary, where they talk about that rivalry with the Road Warriors, and they have the promos where they have the pumpkins, and they're like, this is what it's gonna look like when we throw you off the fucking scaffold. They throw the pumpkins off the roof of the building and they break. It's ingrained in my head. Hawks talking about the War Games. We throw you into the turnbuckle, down into the mat, up into the cage, down into the mat, off into the cage. It's just, yeah. But I mean, dude, Animal kept. If it weren't for Animal continuing the legacy, it would have been done in 2001 or 2000 when Hawk passed away.
Yeah,
it really
was.
And for whatever disagreement or lack of interest I had in the Road Warriors with Heidenreich, dude, every time you saw Animal do single stuff,
he was in TNA.
Over the budget battle royal at All In.
Yeah,
dude, he still wrestled. He's
actually Tommy Dreamer mentioned that he was actually going to ask Animal to be on Bound for Glory.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's weird. I heard this morning the intro for the newest episode of Grill and JR, because that episode comes out on Thursday, and they're doing a Lawler anniversary show, 50 years in the business,
and he was supposed to,
and Road Warriors supposed to be on there.
Yeah.
They taped. I'm assuming they taped that show on Tuesday because they release it a day early for the people that pay $9 a month on that fucking no ads. Shit.
Yeah.
So that I can just imagine next week's episode of them. They have to start the show talking about it because they had announced it. That episode released after he passed away. So
yeah, Bully mentioned how like he was just pretty much just like, you never know, man. You never know. This might be the last time we talk. You never know, man. Animal was 60 years old. He just turned 60.
Yeah.
He just had his wedding anniversary. The day before. So Monday was his wedding anniversary. And then Tuesday night.
And he died of natural causes.
That's what they're saying. But,
yeah.
But
that no different than Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero had his time where he did a bunch of drugs, drank a lot of alcohol, was a lot of pain meds and downers and stuff.
Yeah.
He was clean for the last part of his life.
Sometimes,
But when you do all that stuff in your life, it takes. Whenever you're doing all the speed and the drugs and all that shit, you're knocking days off the calendar of your life.
You're wrestling 320 days. Well, back in those days, they wrestled fucking every day of the week.
Yeah, twice on Sunday. Twice on Sunday.
They were body guys. They were bodybuilders, so that puts a strain on your body too. Yeah. It was funny because my family, my sister watches wrestling like casually, like if I'm there, she'll watch it. But I told her about the Dark Side of the Ring documentary, so she's watched all of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So I texted.
I don't even know if that's the right call because she's gonna be looking at wrestling with the negative eye.
She knows.
Okay.
She really watched the Owen Hart one, the Benoit ones, and the LOD ones because those were Owen Hart was a big thing that happened. Yeah. Benoit was a big thing that happened, and LOD were, for the most part, I feel like almost everybody's favorite tag team or one of their favorite tag teams, LOD. Mm-hmm. So I texted my family whenever it happened, whenever I read that he died, and my sister was like, "Was that the one that was always on drugs?" And I was like, "No, that was Hawk." But I'm pretty sure like everybody in the 80s were on drugs. Like all wrestlers, everybody was on drugs. So, but
you did the downers to go to bed,
the uppers,
and then you did the uppers to get up.
Yep.
And then the somas and the pain meds to.
It sucks. Another legend gone. The Road Warrior pop, man.
Yeah.
Road Warrior
pop.
But
the legends reuniting.
Yeah. Road Warrior pop is a real thing, and like you just said, like whenever he came out, he still got that ovation, and like I got excited. That's why Tommy was like for Impact he was like I wanted him because he's my friend. I wanted to give him a payday. 2, I just wanted, because there's no fans, so I just wanted fans at home to get a pop.
Yeah.
Seeing Animal walk out, and he's like, hit a couple of clotheslines and then get eliminated. No big deal, but he was like, and I was like, man, like that's one of those things. Like if you're,
that's a cool mentality for a dreamer to have.
Yeah. Well, they were apparently really good friends.
Yeah.
So like, imagine just like sitting at home watching AEW or something like that, and then Animal walks out. Like I'm pumped. Like if MJF was
going down.
If MJF was out there cutting a promo, and like a kind of heavy metal music came on, and Animal.
If he was in Chicago talking shit, and then Road Warrior Animal came out,
that would have been
there'd be no roof on the building.
Huge.
Yeah.
So LOD was one of my favorites. It sucks, man, and being so young too, 60. It sucks, man. It's a shitty time. COVID era is just one thing after another. Yeah. One thing after another, just fucking everybody over.
Yeah. So I'll try to end it on an upper, because we've been talking about this off and on for a while, and you've been watching videos of this, sharing it with us. How likely are you to buy Battlegrounds?
Oh damn! I was like, where the fuck are you going with this? What have I been showing you?
What are your impressions on the game?
So I've been watching. So I watch a bunch of YouTubers play it online. It looks fun when you. It's definitely a party game. It's like all stars. Yeah. Like it looks like fun, but I've been watching people play the campaign mode, and it's literally like you don't get to create your own character. Mm-hmm. It's pre-created characters, and then you have to. It's literally just like it's a comic. So all the stories comic books. So there's no voice actors. It's just you read a comic book, you have a wrestling match, you read a comic book, you have a wrestling match, and then it branches out onto different things. So in order to unlock all the characters, you have to play the campaign.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
So they doesn't come all unlocked.
Unless you buy. I don't think you can buy the packs yet because they're trying to not do microtransactions. But
they had a pre-sale with an edge bonus and a bunch of other shit.
If you got the deluxe edition, you get a certain amount too.
Yeah.
So it looks like fun, but at the same time, it's like if you're sitting by yourself playing it, I don't know how much fun you could really have playing it.
Especially if you're playing with the mentality of, oh, I have to grind out this campaign mode so that when you and Abel and Travis show up,
because
we can
you want to
everybody.
play as the Fiend, and the Fiend's not unlocked type thing, you know. So if it came on super cheap, I'd probably wait.
I've mentioned it more than once. If it's $20 on Black Friday, it's mine.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm buying it on the
30
Switch.
now. It's like $39 now.
Yeah, it started at $39. I saw some leaks on Walmart that there were people that were picking it up in person for $33.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's getting there. $20 is my hit spot, my sweet spot.
It's one of those things. Like if you're doing the pay-per-view and you're like before the pay-per-view, you want to throw out a bunch of games. Yeah, I would have it, but I'm not.
Which is weird because right now during COVID, the idea is to not be around people.
True.
But
true.
A game like, for anybody that doesn't know, All Stars was for 360 and PS3.
Jeez, that's a long time.
That was fun as shit.
Yeah,
that was an awesome game to play. It was straight up arcade style. If you're looking for like a realistic 2K kind of game, this was not it.
Yeah.
But it was bright. It was colorful. It was one of the few times that
everybody was jacked.
One of the few times where a non-Nintendo game comes across as a Nintendo game. Nintendo has always been the company where you play better when it's just a group of people having fun, having drinks, getting together, shooting
it's a party
shit.
system for sure.
Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, All Stars. Except All Stars was not a Nintendo game. It was on Xbox and PS4 or PS3. With this version, it's on everything. It's on Steam. It's on Switch. It's on Switch, which I'll be picking up because I can take it anywhere, and I have enough controllers to do the party shit.
Like I said, it looks like fun. There's a cool thing. I was thinking about seeing if they have it at Redbox.
They don't do video games at Redbox anymore.
Oh, that's right.
They recently sold off all these games at like $5 and $6. So if you were lucky enough to buy one, congratulations.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not.
GameFly. The Steam GameFly is still out there. 77 cents a day or something like that.
Nah, I don't even think it's worth that, to be honest.
77 cents a day. By the first month, you will have already paid enough that you should have just bought the game in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about it is all the characters that are locked are in arcade, like in action figure boxes.
I noticed that. You sent me that picture. That's cool.
And
they're mint.
Yeah. So like there's like obviously rare. There's and all this stuff. So they're in the box, and then they have animations of them trying to get out of the box. So they're like banging on the box, and they're kind of pushing.
That's cool.
And the remote, for at least for the PlayStation, it has a speaker in there. So when you pick a character, literally, the King, Jerry Lawler, literally goes, Hulk Hogan, or shit like that. And the music plays and stuff like that. So there's some cool things in there. The roster is stacked.
Yeah. If All Stars had this kind of roster... And especially now, not that I'm guessing it's going to go that far. Or this is the kind of game because it's only $40. But we're at the stage now where, like, if you're considered a fighting game, you're sticking around for 4 or 5 years and you're getting DLC every year, so the game's still relevant. Injustice,
they are talking about
Mortal Kombat right now with Street Fighter V. They're doing a 6-pack of people for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah. So that game holds its value. So
for the next like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So if you imagine if WWE right now, for the most part, has about 140 wrestlers on their roster, on their payroll.
Yeah.
With Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and now NXT UK. Imagine if Battleground had 100 people on it.
They're pretty close to it.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like all the big hitters and they have legends. They're gonna have a DLC. No Demon. There's no Finn Balor Demon.
At least not yet.
You would think he'd be
or a costume you could unlock.
Well, there is costumes to unlock. There's like each character has at least 3 costumes to unlock, but it's like, you know, Bailey's wearing black trunks with blue, and then it's black trunks with gold.
Oh, like so it's Finn with the red penis, and then Finn with the blue penis, and then the black one.
Oh, the white. Yeah. But like, but think about it. You're playing a video game that's over the top and
you
stupid.
You get fed to alligators.
You get fed by alligators. You can climb in a helicopter.
The ambulance. You get thrown into an ambulance as part of the side.
You can get there's a ring inside of a garage, so you can fall underneath the ladder, the riser for the car. So the car falls on top of you.
Oh, nice.
The cage matches are a little bit different. So inside the cage, it's every so often it electrifies, but also you have to collect money before you can escape. So you can't just climb up and get out.
Interesting.
You have a bar on the side, and then like every so often, like a bag of money will be on the cage. So you have to go up there and try and grab it. But then the cage could get electrified, or they could pull you down, and then you have to get enough.
That sounds
you have to get enough. So you can't just be like,
I'm walking out.
ding ding ding. You just start climbing up and you win. You have to like collect things.
Okay.
So there's no ladder matches.
Yet.
Yeah. The Royal Rumble is a little messy. There's some cool things in there, but at the same time, it's like
it's a wrestling game.
Yeah. And right now, is there?
Did you see the best part of that game? So you mentioned the comic book aspect, where they have like little comic book strips and scenes that teach you things about the game and like gives you notes. Well, one of those comic cutouts was actually a pose of Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, they took her out.
Yeah, they took her out on the patch, but that got pretty popular. Got around.
But that's in like one of those like teaching you how to play it. Yeah. It shows up, but yeah, I saw that they're like,
I was like,
Tessa's
that's
in the game,
that's a great way to tease that Tessa Blanchard's in the company now. You got all the other second generation girls. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Tessa there. You can't trust her that much because she fucking left.
I'd rather be her in WWE than like an AEW.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get the game unless I can get it for like super cheap.
Yeah.
And even then, it might be a push.
Nah, it's a game that I think I've got autistic family. My nephews. It's a game that both of them will like.
They would love
it. Yeah. So I'm definitely, push come to shove, I'm definitely picking it up just to try it out.
Sitting there just smashing buttons and doing stupid shit, and then like you'll just all of a sudden you'll see two wrestlers just go flying in the air and then crash. The ring can break. The ring explodes.
It explodes.
It part of it breaks, and then you can actually use the
poles.
The poles. Yeah.
Nice.
And then you can actually not level the entire ring, so they're just on the ground. So there's little things like that, but then there's some.
You sure you don't work for 2K? Because you're selling the fuck out of this game right now.
And there's just sometimes there's just like little stupid things in there, and it's not as polished. I don't think it's another one of those games where they could have spent another year on and made it really good, but it's the world, and everyone needs to be pumped out, and there has to be a new wrestling game every year. But it's a nice variant from the 2K series, yeah. So
and I've been wanting two things from any video game company. I've wanted either so there's I don't know if you've been around when I mentioned this on podcasts. There's been a game from NetherRealm. They do Mortal Kombat and Injustice. There was a game called WWE Immortals, where it's basically a fighting game between WWE guys, but it was only on mobile.
Yeah, I remember this.
But one. Yeah, I thought that the game could have sold a lot of copies if it was an actual console game.
Yeah.
So either an actual fighting game from NetherRealm, or a sequel or a carbon copy or whatever you want to call it of All Stars, and we've got that with this game.
If you could just like give me a new version of All Stars, like an updated version of it.
Yeah.
Don't change the game. Don't add anything, or like add
new characters,
a newer roster, but keeps the legends. I'd buy that over anything.
Yeah,
because it's just I don't know.
And maybe a new version of WrestleFest, which is that Retromania game that should be coming out if it's not already out.
AEW's got theirs coming out soon. Yeah, next year or two.
Yeah, there's that. Apparently, the AEW game's supposed to come out with 2K22, which is supposed to go back to the realism, but with all the botches fixed.
I mean, I haven't played Fire Pro in a while, but Fire Pro is
Fire Pro. You can make anybody.
Yeah, and I have you can download characters. So like I have AEW's roster, I have New Japan's roster, I have AWD's roster, I have Legends, I have everybody, and they look legit. And then they have they have a GM mode type thing where you literally create a company, you pick your roster, and then you can do you can choose which arena you go to, where you can go like the high school gym, or like a small arena or a big arena or a stadium, and it all costs money and it goes into your budget. and then like and then you can promote it. You can go on like social media. You can do commercials. You can do magazines and like do all this different stuff. So that side of it, it's like cool as shit. And then you do story mode, like where you're like, all right, Pentagon's gonna fight Jericho for the title, and then they're gonna feud for the next
2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And then OJ's and Cassidy's in line after that.
Shit like that. So like I like doing stuff like that. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's it, dude. That's the fucking show. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add into there.
Singing Jericho's song. He's a heel.
He's
a heel,
motherfucker. You'll be singing it the next time we go to Foster.
I will,
right?
but yeah.
You'll sing it the next time we go to Dynamite.
Yeah, next year. Because they pushed it to next year.
Oh, they pushed ours. Yeah, it's a fucking bust.
Yeah, Jericho, you're a heel.
So you have another 8 months to find a date?
Yeah. So you already got one, right? Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Is it 8 months? Is that one?
I think so. It's in July. I think.
July?
Yeah.
What's July? What month is
that?
What month?
That was the Smarch weather.
What is it? Oh, it's after Smarch? Oh.
That's it, man. Next week we'll be doing a preview for TakeOver. I don't think Abel's gonna fit in between us here.
No.
So how about we go back to the airport?
Oh, the landing strip?
Yeah. And we'll throw down over there and do TakeOver. Wear a mask. I'm still not overly confident that Abel's 100%.
Oh, I'm wearing a fucking full body suit. I got Halloween costume. You're gonna see me in costume next week.
You told me you're gonna show up. You're gonna order an Andre the Giant inflatable suit from Wish.
Yep. I mean, I got a bunch of You're
gonna be quoting Princess Bride like the whole show, right?
Anybody want a peanut? I got
a week to watch the movie then. Fuck.
Add
that to the list.
I got a shark costume. I got a praying mantis.
You got a shark costume. That's
I got a praying mantis costume. I have a Flash costume.
Oh my
so you might see me in costume.
Oh,
I got a hazmat suit. I don't have a hazmat suit, but
we don't normally get to do this, so we're gonna go ahead and do this now. Put over your shit.
Oh, I have a new podcast.
Who fucking doesn't at this point, right?
A YouTube show. It is called On the Red Couch with Max Power. We did an episode last week about Metallica. Your host right here, Chris, was on there. We got a new series coming up soon, I hope.
So the plan is we're going to get a fishbowl and we're going to write down...
After we finish recording this.
We're going to write down movies that either one of us or neither of us have seen.
Okay. I'm going to shock the world. Everyone who watches this show weekly. Everyone who sees every single episode. There's been 365 episodes.
One for every fucking day of the year.
Okay, so you can literally watch one. You can listen to the early ones, and then you can watch this show. This guy right here.
You throwing him in a bus?
Yeah.
I thought this was you.
No, it's you. It's you. Why would it be?
Because people know that I don't keep.
Nobody knows me. He's never seen Ghostbusters.
Never.
He's never seen Back to the Future.
Never.
He's never seen
Jurassic Park.
Never. So I was like, I'm making you fucking watch these.
I don't remember watching Indiana Jones. You put that on the list. God. Princess Bride. I've never seen Princess Bride.
So we're gonna do a bunch of episodes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get a fishbowl. We're gonna write down all these names to all these shows or movies that we haven't seen.
Movies from the franchise. So if I draw Jurassic Park 1, then once we're done watching that, Jurassic Park 2 goes in the bowl.
So
this motherfucker's never seen any of the Fast and the Furious movies. I'm trying to make a fucking I haven't made the fucking dent. It's classic to me.
Those aren't classics.
Dominic Toretto.
Those aren't classics.
The Charger.
Back to the Future. So we're gonna do that. So if you go onto YouTube, go to the YouTube,
fill up the YouTube, throw some bubbles.
Go to YouPorn. On the Red Couch with Max Power. Help us out, get some likes and some views. If you have any suggestions for movies you want us to watch and review. Oh,
and we're gonna definitely do our top 5 Simpsons Halloween episode skits.
Next month will be a Halloween special.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think we should dress up in costumes.
Oh fuck.
They got
Again, truth be told, growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, we didn't do any of that stuff. Even now that I've worked comic paloozas, even now that I've gone to like video games live concerts, I have never once dressed up in a video game character. So if
I want you in
shit.
I got an idea for your costume.
Sailor Moon.
No, never.
Oh no! I'll tell you what. You dress up as Sailor Moon. I'll dress up as Roddy Piper. I'll just borrow one of your kilts.
I only have one kilt and it's purple. It's not red.
Shit.
I
I gotta find a leather jacket at the fucking
got
$7.
a leather jacket.
Oh
You're good.
shit! Oh fuck!
I dressed up as Negan one year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I beat up some Mexicans.
Let me go ahead and press stop. Let me press stop right here on this fucking. Oh shit!
It was my ex-wife. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh,
so yeah, make sure you watch that.
So we've got a couple of episodes on the pipe for your
Yes.
podcast. Yeah.
So
So
you
once
guys-
yours takes off, we can finally kill this. We've got one for every day of the year. I think we put in our time.
Yeah, I think y'all are putting in a good.
We'll bring in
shape.
Abel next week, and we'll put a bullet in it, and it's done.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then you can start watching my stuff for the rest of the show. I'm just gonna start doing NXT UK reviews.
So next week we'll break down Takeover, and we'll talk about the highs and lows of whatever we watched of anything.
Oh, next week is
Clash of Champions
preview for Takeover.
Next week's preview for Takeover. Yeah. Gush a little bit about G1. We'll try to get you over to my place within the week and get you to watch a couple of G1 matches. Have some more beer.
I ain't doing nothing.
I'm solo this week, so we'll figure something out. Until next week, adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Toodles.
What a rush!
Oh man, I'm about to drop the speaker. I can already feel it.
Paisley got that.